morning to you. I'm Shayla Reeves. This is CBSN Minnesota's Morning Update. Grab that coffee and let's get you up to speed with your news and weather. Today, if you stepped outside, it might have felt a little bit cooler out there. We'll expect those cooler temperatures to stick around throughout the day. By noon, we'll reach 77 degrees and the sunshine will be shining too. We'll make it to 80 degrees by 4 o'clock this afternoon and clear skies tonight with 75 degrees. Now let's talk about this summer break has officially ended this morning for some of the students in the Twin Cities. It's the first day of school in Edina, Hopkins, Hudson, Stillwater, Totino Grace, and Holy Family. All are just a few districts welcoming students back today. Of course, most districts will start next week after Labor Day, so we wanted to know what your kids or families are looking forward to the most this school year. Do you have any traditions for the first day of school? Those watching on Facebook, be sure to leave your comments here. We'll read through just a few of them in a moment. In the news this morning, Ida has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but it's still battering the Gulf Coast. The storm is still packing power with strong winds and heavy rain that could cause flash floods. At least one person has died. Officials say they were killed by a fallen tree. The storm came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane exactly 16 years to the day Katrina hit the region. Flooding and destruction are widespread. Power is out to the entire city of New Orleans. The storm hit with winds packing 150 miles per hour. It's tied as the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the United States. Some people are second guessing their decision to stay.
Oh my gosh, I wish I would have evacuated. I kid you not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
First responders cannot get to you, so those folks are just going to have to hunker down.
The storm is so strong it temporarily reversed the flow of the Mississippi River. The National Hurricane Center says Ida will continue producing heavy rainfall today throughout the southeast. Experts say there's no reason to rush to the pump, even with Ida battering the Gulf Coast. A GasBuddy.com analyst doesn't expect gas shortages or prices to dramatically rise over the next few days. Many refineries and pipelines in the storm's path shut down ahead of time, which is likely to lead to a slight increase in gas prices. For the third time in less than 24 hours, someone was shot and killed in St. Paul. The most recent homicide happened last night in the Dayton's Bluff neighborhood. Police say a teenager was shot multiple times in what may be connected to a road rage incident. When asked about the violence, a police spokesperson shared this.
Cops are tired. I mean, it's really heartbreaking. It's deeply concerning, not just for us, our cops being stretched thin and tired and overworked. Every time there's a homicide in our city, detectives are called in to work these throughout the whole night. We'll have homicide investigators here, into the next day, working hard to bring justice to the family and the victim. So what I can tell you is it's deeply, deeply concerning.
There were also 2 deadly shootings in St. Paul early yesterday. One happened in the parking ramp on Jackson Street. Police say someone drove the victim to a hospital in a vehicle with bullet holes in the windshield. Police detained that driver. The man who was shot later died. About 3 hours later, someone called 911 reporting a robbery and shooting. Police found a man shot inside a vehicle on Raspberry Island. He later died. Police have not made an arrest in any of these shootings. The first weekend of the state fair is in the books. So far, attendance has been dramatically low. Here's the numbers from the first 3 days of the fair. You can see attendance has been down about half from numbers 2 years ago. The fair's general manager said the lower numbers are likely because of a mixture of both weather and COVID-19. Here's what's going on out at the fair today. It's Seniors Day. People 65 or older can get in the fair for just $11 today instead of $16. It's also Mental Health Awareness Day at Dan Patch Park and Minnesota State Patrol Day. People can check out vintage and modern State Patrol squads at the north end. In the grandstand tonight, the Spinners with special guests Little Anthony and the Imperials in the Grassroots. The show starts at 7 o'clock. A Melrose Vineyard had to cut their season short due to this weekend's storms. Moonlight Vineyard estimates it lost about 2,500 pounds of grapes because of the storms. The fruits were only a few weeks out from harvest. The owners decided to harvest the remaining grapes in hopes that the fruits will be good enough for winemaking. Volunteers helped salvage about 6,000 pounds of grapes Sunday morning.
Very heartwarming. It's a farming community. I grew up farming, and it's kind of what the neighborhood does for each other. If a neighbor has a bad experience or whatever, everybody chips in.
Chad Zerbis says a winery they're partnered with is still willing to take in the grapes in hopes of coming up with something good. 2 new COVID testing sites are opening in the Twin Cities this week. One opens today in Bloomington on Logan Avenue. That site will be open weekdays from 11 o'clock in the morning until 6 p.m. Another site opens tomorrow at Roy Wilkins Auditorium in St. Paul. Testing is free at both locations. The state is opening these new sites as demand for testing has increased with the spread of the Delta variant. Emmy-winning actor Ed Asner has died. Asner was 91 years old. He won fame in the role of Lou Grant, the grumpy news director on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which aired on CBS in the 1970s. His decades-long career also included roles on Broadway and movies. The show will go on for the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones say they will move forward as planned with their No Filter tour despite the death of drummer Charlie Watts last week. Before his death, Watts had said he wasn't going on tour with the band, and drummer Steve Jordan was set to step in. The Rolling Stones kick off the No Filter tour in St. Louis September 26th. They'll be at the U.S. Bank Stadium October 24th. This is one pricey putter. It was made for Tiger Woods as a backup to the one he has used to win 14 of 15 major championships. This backup putter just sold for $393,300. It's the highest price ever paid for a golf club, and it is the highest price ever paid for a piece of Tiger Woods memorabilia. The putter spent the past 18 years in Japan, the Middle East, and Europe before clearing customs 2 days before the auction launch. Woods practiced with this putter but never used it during a tournament. I want to take you back to today's talker. Let's see what you're saying out there. When it comes to the first day of school, Hannah is saying, I remember my first day of school. I really miss going to school, my tradition. Getting ready for school early before the first day. Always that first day excitement. And next we have Pam saying, I'm sure they're looking forward to seeing their friends at school and getting back in the routine. A lot of folks will probably be glad to say hello to their friends again today. And Becca says, my son loves riding the school bus. He's been talking about that for a while now. Wishing all the kids out there a safe first day of school. That's your morning update from CBSN Minnesota, your only local streaming news source. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at the same time tomorrow.